Hey students, what's up? This is Seth with SethPerler.com. I'm an executive function coach in Colorado, and I help struggling students navigate this thing called school so you can have an awesome life. I got a quick tip for you today. Students, if you tend to be the type of student who has a lot of zeros, missings, incompletes, late work, you know you could be getting all A's and B's, but you just tend to miss details, you forget stuff, you misplace stuff, you resist stuff, you procrastinate, all those sorts of things. And you find yourself swimming upstream midway through the semester, trying to catch up on everything, and this keeps happening over and over. I have a tip for you, and that is this. One of the biggest problems that I and my students who struggle with executive function work with, one of the biggest problems we deal with is that listen very carefully, we have an unrealistic perception of the amount of time and energy it takes to do something. So, for example, if I think, oh, like I'm at my office right now, I gotta drive over to the office, I gotta be there by noon, I'll leave at 10 till noon, and then it's 10 till noon, and I'm just barely getting out of the house, or I'm just starting to leave, so I still gotta grab my keys, I still gotta make sure I have my chargers and my computer and all this stuff, and then I end up getting here at 10 after 12 because I miscalculated. I had an unrealistic perception of the amount of time and energy it would take to get here in that case. Now for you guys, for you students who are watching this, there's no shame in this. This is just the reality, and you have to be honest with yourself. The reality of the situation is you have an unrealistic perception of the amount of time and energy it will take to clean your room. Sometimes you even estimate in the wrong way, meaning like you estimate in the direction where it would only take 5 minutes and you think it would take like an hour or be like a ton of energy. It was actually really easy. Sometimes we misestimate in that way, but a lot of times when it comes to things like school, when it comes to how long it's going to take you to write a paper, how long it's going to take you to do your homework, how long it's going to take you to do a worksheet, how long it's going to take you to update your planner, to reorganize your backpack, to do the reading that you need to do for certain classes. We often underestimate it. And so we'll say, oh, yeah, that math thing, that'll only take me 5 minutes. Meanwhile, it doesn't get turned in at all because that 5 minutes never happened. And it really, if you did do it, it would have taken 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. Or we say, oh, yeah, that paper, I can write that paper in an hour. And that paper really takes 6 to 12 hours. A lot of papers take about 6 to 12 hours to write a good, solid high school paper, for example. Or, oh, that project will take me an hour. Well, that project really takes you multiple days. There's a lot of moving pieces. You have to go to the store and get some things for your project, blah, blah, blah. So we have an unrealistic amount, a perception of the amount of time and energy it will take to do our homework, to do our assignments, to do our reading, to do our projects, to study for a test. Oh, I'll study for 5 minutes. That's not studying. That's not what studying's about. So point is that you deserve this. You deserve an awesome life. And in order for you to have an awesome life now and build an awesome future for yourself where you have choices, possibilities, unlimited possibilities to have a fantastic life full of freedom, full of being able to do things that matter to you, things you're passionate about. In order for you to build that type of life for yourself, you have to execute. You have to get things done. And sometimes the things you have to get done are things you don't feel like doing. So you have to figure out, how do I do things I don't feel like doing? So my tip to you today in terms of the misperception of time is this. Whatever you think, however long you think something will take, multiply by 3, 5, or 10. It depends on the situation. Get to know yourself, be realistic with yourself. But generally speaking, I think that that's a pretty good rule of thumb for most of my students. Multiply it by 3, 5, or 10. So let's say you think, oh, this math assignment's going to take me 5 minutes. But it really takes you 50 minutes, almost an hour. Well, that's multiplying by 10. 5 times 10 is 50 minutes. So you're thinking, oh, it'll probably take me 5 minutes. Then you say, whoa, Seth said multiply by 3, 5, or 10. Maybe it'll take me 50 minutes. Maybe if I multiply by 5, it'll take me 25 minutes. Or if I multiply by 3, it'll take me 15 minutes. You know, part of doing, for example, a 5-minute math assignment, something you think is going to last 5 minutes, it might take you 5 minutes to just get settled. Get your paper out, get your pencil sharpened, read over what the assignment is, read the directions, look over at both sides of the sheet, which you may not even do. So to really even start might take you 5 or 10 minutes just to get started. Okay. So you have to, and that's part of homework. Like you can count that in your time. You can be like, yeah, I just been spending 5 or 10 minutes on it already, and I haven't even done number one. But count that for yourself. You're like, okay, that's part of what it takes to do this stuff. If you think this paper is only going to take me an hour to write this paper, multiply by 3, 5, or 10. The paper is probably realistically for you to draft, for you to plan it, draft it, revise it, edit it, and publish it, and print it, and do all the research and whatever. And you think it's going to take you an hour, it might take you 3 hours, might take you 5 hours, might take you 10 hours, whatever. So the point is it doesn't matter if it's 3, 5, or 10. I'm just throwing out some numbers that seem to be pretty common. And so it doesn't matter. You don't have to time it. It doesn't have to be exact. But what you want to walk away from this video with right now is a tool in your pocket that will help your life. And the tool is just keep it simple. Whatever you think it's going to be, multiply it by 3, 5, or 10. Whatever you think it's going to be, multiply it by 3, 5, or 10. Oh, I'll finish that thing in 5 days. Well, it's probably actually going to be 15 days or even your parents go through stuff like this. They miscalculate big things sometimes. So that's okay. The point is you want to be realistic with yourself. You want to be honest with yourself. You want to set yourself up for success, not failure. And planning realistically will help. All right. I hope you have a great day. My name is Seth with SethPerler.com. I'm an executive function coach in Colorado. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, leave a little comment. Tell me what you think. What is your reality? Are you good at estimating the amount of time things takes? If not, if you're very, very, very honest with yourself, how much longer does it actually take? Leave a comment below. Let us know. Let us know what you do to help yourself in those situations. See you soon.